just this penny kind of dropped because it was right after Netflix released Monsters, the Menendez docudrama. And I always thought it was fascinating that there had been a relationship between the brothers and OJ in real life, that they were family friends.
I didn't know that.
Nobody knew.
Hello, LA friends, and all my other friends across the U.S. Welcome to the Dammit Danii podcast, and I'm here with another episode, and I am joined by Adam, host of Graveline Tours.
I am a host.
Okay, you are the host of Graveline Tours.
That is among my jobs at Graveline Tours.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Are you a creator of Graveline Tours?
I am also the creator of Graveline Tours.
Okay.
Yes.
I have many questions for you.
Okay.
Hence
I have
why
many
you're
answers, I think.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
Where did you acquire the hearse?
So
That's my biggest question. That's what we got to
start
out with.
It's a great question. So I have to just be technically obnoxious and just clarify that it's not a hearse per se.
It's not?
It's a funeral limousine, which nobody knows what that is.
What is the difference?
Yeah, nobody knows what it is. So that's why it's obnoxious of me.
Okay.
So like, you know what a hearse is, right, Danii?
I mean, I've never personally been in the back of one, but I do know.
Well, you will one day.
One day.
Yeah.
Unless I'm cremated, which I will be.
I could never do that.
I have a whole bit about it. Why not?
Fire.
Fire? Oh, do you have a fear of fire?
I just don't want to be burned.
Okay,
like, I don't want my whole body burned.
That's fair.
It might hurt.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, thank you. So anyway, get back to topic. So you know what a hearse is.
Yes.
You haven't been in one.
No.
But so actually the original concept was to drive. The original Graveline Tours was not my company. It started in the late 80s and the early 90s. It was like an LA phenomenon, and they employed actual hearses. And they used to use hearses, and they drove people around town in hearses that were converted to have seats in them. So they took out the coffin part, which is called the converter. I mean, I don't know why that. And then they converted it to having seats, benches, and then they took tourists around town. So they metamorphosized into another company that stopped using funeral limousines, vehicles, no hearses, just regular vans.
Okay.
And then that company went out of business. And then I said, well, Graveline is going to come back and I'm going to bring back the hearse. So it was supposed to be a hearse.
Okay.
But then I had like two loser friends that said that they loved the concept, but they would never, ever want to go in a hearse.
Why?
I know that was my response too. So it was like a business decision. And so basically I found a compromise. And the compromise is this thing called the funeral limousine. And no one knows what it is. I didn't know what they were. But apparently, like when someone dies, if you're in their family or you're close to them and you have to go to the cemetery for the service, and like say you've just been at the mortuary and they've been embalmed, but you're very sad and you're stressed and you're grieving, you're not in the mood to concentrate on directions or road conditions. So you are chauffeured by somebody who drives what's called a funeral limo. And a funeral limo is the same as a normal limo on the outside, but on the inside, there's a different layout, a configuration for the seating, because in a normal limousine, the seating is typically like L-shaped with a mini bar.
Yeah.
So you can kind of like chill and like hang out and be like rowdy. But since it's a different kind of an occasion for a funeral limousine.
No mini bar?
No mini bar or L. It's just basically imagine a sedan with an extra row because everybody's facing the same direction because there's no fun. You're crying.
I guess so.
Yeah.
That's kind of lame.
I mean, I have this whole thing about I'm not sure why death is sad. But that's a whole other topic.
We might have to get into that.
You know, I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to like take us off topic.
No, that's okay. That's what this podcast basically is. It's just getting off topic on a regular basis.
Okay,
so
okay,
it's
cool.
Totally fine.
Cool. Awesome. I feel less bad.
Don't feel bad at all.
So how I acquired them was, that's a great question too, because I hadn't like, I went to the cemetery where my relatives are and I asked to talk to the manager because that was where I didn't know where to start. So like I
Yeah.
went to the cemetery like off of the 405, and she said, well, you should talk to Ronnie Grubbs. And I was like, all right.
Okay.
So she gave me Ronnie Grubbs's number.
Okay.
And I reached out to him, and Ronnie Grubbs is a mortician who is obsessed with funeral vehicles.
Oh, is he like a collector?
He's a collector, and he buys them and he sells them, and he also uses them in his job.
That's so cool.
And he's obsessed. He's obsessed with death, and he's obsessed with cars.
I love it.
And he is such a character. He's such a sweetheart. And he instantly, like, I was like, I'll take you to lunch. Can I pick your brain?
Yeah.
And he instantly just jumped into helping me. And he sourced. He ended up sourcing because it's not easy. First of all, both of them are 30 years old.
Okay.
Because I wanted something that these days, both hearses and limousines are all SUVs.
Mm-hmm.
So there goes kind of like the cliche image of, you know, like anything that's deathy.
You got to go old school.
You got to go old school.
Yeah.
And he also specifically told me that the highest quality ones actually are not after 1996, even with today, because they stopped making quality vehicles, which I like what we were just talking to Will about, you know, nothing new is good.
Nothing new is good.
He said that if you go between 93 and 96, Cadillac Fleetwood limousines, they have what are called LT1 engines, which basically are what Corvette used. And they will go forever. The transmission and the engines are super solid, and they have great air conditioning. And so I began the search. And it's not easy to find a car that's 30 years old, and it's very not easy to find a car that's 30 years old and a funeral limo. And Ronnie was like very picky with me. He was like, well, you know, how many miles does it have? How much are they asking? Does it have rust? So it took me about a year and a half to get 2 of them.
Did you end up in the middle of Iowa? Like, how did you find these cars?
You know, they were both from right around there. They really were.
Really?
Yeah.
Stop.
Well, let's see. So one of them was, I take it back. One of them was from like Orange County somewhere.
Okay, so not far from here.
Not that far. Okay. And the guy was trying to flip it and he couldn't find a buyer. So he sold it to me at a big discount. And then the other one was, I really think it was Kansas. I'm pretty sure it was Kansas. And it had to be driven across the country. Did
you drive it across the country?
No, I didn't drive it across the country. I don't know why I ended up not doing that, but I think it's very normal that they just get driven across the country. It's just like you just add it to, there's basically drivers that put them, you know, those big trucks that you see on the freeway that have cars.
Yeah.
It was like one of those.
I mean, that's not as fun for the story, but it's
no, it's not as fun for the story. And I really don't know why I didn't end up going there. But so
because
anyway.
It was Kansas?
I don't know if that's a good reason. I think because it would have taken me so long to get home.
That's also fair.
I think it was probably time. Knowing me, it was a time thing, but also I just don't remember. So anyway, I remember the driver brought it to the garage where my friend was letting me keep them, and I just saw like it arrive on this big truck, and it was like a big white. And so now that's how I got them. And then I had to kind of like store them while I waited to build the rest of the company.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So how did you pick the tours? Because the tours are very diverse and different because you've got diverse and different. Oh my God. So the tours are very diverse because you've got like the gangster one. Mm-hmm. You've got the OJ Simpson, the Menendez brothers who may or may not be getting out of jail soon. Have they gotten out of jail?
No, I think they're going to next month.
That's so crazy.
I know.
That's so crazy. We'll touch back on that. What else? The Black Dahlia. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to work off a memory here.
No, I'm really impressed.
There's so many to choose from. I know there was one. Is there one with Michael Jackson?
That he is, yes, he's on our like general. We just have one tour that's like greatest hits.
Okay.
You know, and he's on that one.
Is that on Death Becomes Her?
Yes.
Yes,
that's Death Becomes Her. Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
I'm really like flattered. Yeah.
I did a little bit of homework.
Yeah, clearly. That's awesome. Thank you.
Stop it.
It's cool. Thank you.
So how did you come up with this?
How did I come up with it? Well, the first thing to say is that they evolve. So
Okay.
basically, a lot of it is just based on what sells and what doesn't sell.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we have a tour that just sits and sits and sits, I just scrap it.
Yeah.
And then I'll just put on one that is like, well, this should sell better, you know? And
Right.
then sometimes it does or sometimes it doesn't. But I started out with Death Becomes Her, the Manson tour.
Oh, the Mansons. I forgot.
Yeah, no. It's cool. It's cool. Another tour that no longer exists, which was like a variation of Death Becomes Her. It was like basically like Death Becomes Her, but with a only celebrity filter.
Okay.
Because Death Becomes Her has some celebrities like Michael Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
but it also has some great crimes like the Menendez Mansion and where Bugsy Siegel was shot, and randomly like a beheading in West Hollywood, and those they weren't famous.
Yeah.
So and then we started with 3, and then we added the Black Dahlia like about a year later.
That's really cool.
And then I think I had those 4, and I thought to myself, I wanted to try and get a different demographic because basically those 4 tours all attract the same target audience, like our peeps, which is great. But I thought, and that actually is like the most common mourner that we have is a female Latina, sort of between the age of like 26 and 45.
Interesting.
Very interesting. I didn't expect that at all.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like the only mourner, but like that's who you see the most, you know? And I was thinking, all right, well, it'd be cool to have like a tour that would attract a whole different group. So I was thinking, what about a mafia tour? You know?
Yeah.
And so then I just wrote that tour and added that as a 5th. But then the mafia tour hasn't been selling. Like it's so weird to me. Yeah, like it.
That's surprising because mafia, surprising to me too. People are very much into like mobs and mafia and like that whole like culture. So
and I was so sure. I was so sure it was going to be a hit. And the other thing is like, Danii, what kind of drives me nuts is like, I'm the backup driver, and so if I drive the mob tour, like if we get a mourner or a couple mourners, I'll come back and I'll be like, that tour is so good. Like,
yeah,
I always forget how good that tour is. Like, and the thing about the mob tour that the other tours also don't have is that it's entirely unknown information. Like, you could tell me anything about Manson, you could tell me something about the Black Dahlia or OJ, but like the mafia in Los Angeles, I mean, what do people know? Bugsy, maybe Mickey Cohen.
I know nothing.
Yeah.
Literally nothing.
No one knows anything.
Not a thing.
But the weird thing is, it's so interesting because all of the city pretty much was built by the mob and laundered money, and Hollywood as well.
Really?
There's like a huge nexus. So it's just fascinating. So anyway, that didn't sell. So then when that didn't sell, I was like, oh, dude, like I have to do another tour that will sell. And so we were getting a lot of people regularly. I would say perennially, we would have people that would ask about if we do an OJ tour or go to the OJ Simpson house.
I want to see the OJ Simpson house.
So I had this problem, which is that our meeting point is in Hollywood. And stupid OJ lived on the other side of the 405 where
Come
we
on,
are.
OJ.
Rude, right?
So rude.
Nicole too. So like he can't take all the blame. So I thought to myself, how do we do it? Like, how do we what am I going to do with the mourners for 40 minutes to Rockingham and then all the way back?
Just some small talk.
Right. I mean, that's not going to cut it.
Do you know OJ's stats? I'd love to share them with you on this 40-minute drive.
Right. Like, even if we told them like his entire childhood and Nicole's entire childhood and how they met, I think that would take maybe like 15 minutes.
Probably, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I then just this penny kind of dropped because it was right after Netflix released Monsters, the Menendez docudrama. And I always thought it was fascinating that there had been a relationship between the brothers and OJ in real life, that they were family friends.
I didn't know that.
Nobody knew. No one knows that. But so that was basically the catalyst for, I thought, but also even more importantly, they're in Beverly Hills.
Perfect.
So we have something to do between Hollywood and Brentwood, which is Menendez.
Yes.
So so that was how Westside Gory kind of just came to be.
Okay.
And And it's a really cool way to tell both stories, but also take it from a different angle, because there's a really extraordinary amount of overlap and odd coincidences and facts that include both the brothers and OJ.
Yeah.
Like, for example, their father, Jose Menendez, the one who abused them, was responsible for OJ's wealth after his football career, because he was the CFO of Hertz rental car.
Yeah.
And if you remember, OJ in the 70s was signed to Hertz to be their spokesperson.
Stop.
And he became a celebrity. That was how his career continued outside of football. And he made much more outside of football with Hertz than he ever made during football.
That's so
That
crazy.
was because of Jose Menendez. And also, he made Hertz take off.
Yeah.
Their sales went through the roof because they had this superstar in a rental car salesperson. So that was like the beginning, but they knew each other. They threw the football around. And then the house, there's like, before the Menendez family lived in the house, it was occupied by some friends of Nicole and OJ. And when Nicole first got pregnant with Sydney, they threw her a baby shower in the den of that mansion.
That's wild. Have you been in the house?
No, I haven't. I personally haven't been.
Okay.
I have a friend. I had to think about it because I've been outside it so many times with our tours. And also I do have a friend who one time like texted me. She's like, I'm going to like a party at 722 North Elm. And I was like, you're what? Like she didn't even know. She's not a true crime person. She just threw out the address because she's quirky.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Like, stop.
And so like, of course I went nuts. And then like, I like live bombed her like the whole time she was at the party. I was like, get a picture up there. Video camera there.
Literally like FaceTiming while you're walking through this house.
Yeah.
Have you been in any of these properties?
Great question. I mean, I'm sure I have, because a lot of them are like public spaces. For example, the hotels, like on Death Becomes Her, we passed the Chateau Marmont, we passed the Hollywood Tower. And so I've obviously been to both of those. And then on our Black Dahlia tour, we go to the Biltmore Hotel.
Okay.
And that is where she was officially last seen alive. And you can still today, actually, I'm having lunch there tomorrow. I'm really excited. You can still go into the lobby on Olive Street that used to be the original lobby, but they moved the lobby and they moved the entrance to the rear of the hotel to the garage. But you can go into the exact room where Elizabeth Short was last seen alive, and it's the same architecture, the same wood paneling, the same hand carved pine. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. So I've been in some, but I don't think I've been in any. I think what you really are interested in, which would be the cool thing, is if I've been in any of the private residences.
Yeah.
And I haven't been in any of the private residences that I can think of. But it might come to me during this tour where I'd be like, oh, yes, I have, You're
going to be like, oh, shit, I actually was in there.
Yeah. And I feel like I just have this like little like hunch that I think I was in like one house of all of our houses at some point.
Yeah.
But I just can't remember what it was. But it will come to me.
Okay. Yeah. I figured it probably would.
Yeah.
Let me piggyback off that question too, so I don't forget it.
Go for it.
Because I will forget it.
Oh, me too.
Have you had any family members at all from any of like the cases or anybody related to it come on a Graveline tour?
It's a great question. No, but I've tried very hard.
Really?
Yeah. Well, a lot of the family members have contentious relationships with people like us because we are seen as being exploitative and immoral and callous. Right. And that's actually one thing that I really try to, and I think we are acutely aware of. At the beginning of every tour, we do a disclaimer where we just say, like we crack off color jokes and like we do this to give you a good time, but we just want you to remember that these people were real people. They're victims, and their families also were victims. They're not coming back. They're humans. And we say that also about Elizabeth Short. But that said, I mean, like if I was Nicole Brown's sister or brother that she didn't have, I don't think that enough would be said that would make me ever want to go on a tour about her death.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just don't. And even so, like I also do really try hard to make the tours be opportunities to air the legacies of the victims.
Yeah.
Like, for example, in our Manson tour, we talk sort of more than I think normally about who was J. Sebring and who was Sharon Tate as people. Like if their identity wasn't that they were victims of the Manson killing, how would we know them?
Right. Who were they?
Yeah, who were they? And they were interesting, and they were accomplished people, and they were good people. So I try to do that with all of the tours. I mean, to a degree, I don't think I'll ever succeed just because of the nature of the business. You know
right.
what I mean?
And that's understandable.
Yeah.
But I mean, presenting it in that, way where you are being respectful and you are honoring, people, but there is a fascination with it. And Los Angeles just has so much true crime history.
I know.
I don't think
it's
I
the
even
best city in the
realized
world.
it until like I moved here and I'm like, oh my God, like there's so much here.
I didn't even realize it until I did Graveline.
Yeah,
And
really.
I realized there was a lot, but I didn't realize that it was superior. I really think it is in quantity and quality superior to every other city in the world that I can think of. Maybe not London, but London's like how many years older than LA?
Right. Absolutely.
So that's not really fair. But I think about that a lot. Like I truly think that there is some sort of a nexus between Hollywood and affluence and like psychopathic murders.
Oh, for sure.
Those three things, I think that those ingredients all go together. And LA is uniquely, or at least was uniquely positioned in terms of the first two.
Right. I find it very interesting too how much history there is behind the Cecil Hotel, because the only thing I knew about it at first was obviously Lisa Lam.
Right.
And, that case and seeing that video is so haunting.
So scary.
So scary. Like, that's probably the first, like, true, like, ghost/paranormal thing that I saw that really, like, unsettled me.
Right.
Like,
it's very unsettling.
It's scary. So scary.
We still don't have really answers.
No.
Like I know that they've tried to say, well, this was it. Okay, move on. But I don't think that anyone's provided a conclusive explanation of why it happened.
Listen, I'm sorry. I like a little woo-woo in my life. I'm just going to say it. I think there was something paranormal. I think there was some energy there. Like something had to
There is
happened.
At the Cecil. There is, like, for sure. And I don't have this, like, I've discovered that it's a sense that people either have or they don't have.
Yeah.
I don't have it, but I know from the Cecil, from our visits to the Cecil on the Black Dahlia, and I know from the history of the Cecil that there is an energy there 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
And that's not something that you can explain away.
Right.
Or rationalize. I mean, it's just like this thing. Did you hear about how the Annabelle doll?
I was actually going to talk to you about it.
It's bananas, but it's also totally not at all bananas.
It's not at all bananas. I do think there's definitely something attached to that doll, but me being,
I agree.
I love a creepy item. So I really wanted to see the doll. Like I messaged the group that had the doll and I'm like, please bring her to the West Coast. Like I want to see her. Because ironically enough, like I'm from Pennsylvania. They were all on the East Coast.
That's right.
And that's where the tragedy happened. I don't remember if it was in Gettysburg or Harrisburg. Because I know she went to both. I don't know what the previous one was. Maybe it was Gettysburg.
I'm not sure. I just listened to the story yesterday.
Which would be very, like, I think it'd be very fitting because there's so much history at Gettysburg. And death. And I've been there before. And it is, like, you can just feel it.
You can. I've been there, too.
You can feel that energy.
Yeah, you really can.
And it is, like, you said, like, you can really, like, you can feel it if it's there. Like, you kind of get that, like, sense of it.
Yep.
But my stepmom texted me yesterday and she's like, promise me you will not go see this doll. She's like, just promise me. She's like, did you see what happened? And like, it's everywhere. It's crazy.
I thought to myself, do I want to see it or not? Yesterday, I was like,
would you see it?
I think I wouldn't.
Really?
I think I wouldn't because I would be too scared of coming across something unseemly without realizing it. I mean, it probably wouldn't happen. But I've learned, it's so strange because I really didn't have much of a belief in the paranormal when I started doing this. I've always loved it and I've always loved true crime. But I now actually have a belief in the paranormal simply based on my dogmatic, not dogmatic, empirical experiences with mostly my friends that do have this ability to pick up on energies, and hearing stories. And I converse with a lot of the mourners that come on our tour, and a lot of them have that sense. They tell me about haunted houses they've grown up in, and what they used to see there. And I 100% believe that there's a lot of stuff out there. And so before, I think before I started Graveline, I probably would have wanted to see Annabelle.
Yeah.
Much more.
Yeah.
Much more. And now I'm like, no, I'm okay.
You're like,
I'm fine. Like, I'm very honestly, like, I feel all the same urges as you. Like, I would love to see that in person close up. And also, I didn't realize that it was like, looks like the Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah.
Because in the movie, it's totally different, right? In the movie, she has a makeover.
Right. She's got completely a different doll.
Yeah.
It's not even like close to the
same. No, not even close.
Which like maybe
not
there
even
were some
remote.
copyright reasons. I don't know.
I think that they just thought it would be more interesting.
Probably. And it is scarier. But honestly, for me, I think it's scarier that it's in a Raggedy Ann doll.
I do too.
Because my grandmother collected dolls and she had Raggedy Ann dolls. So to think that one of them could have like had like.
Well, and also, there's something like almost like visceral about the Raggedy Ann face.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm trying to think like what horror film would that be akin to, where it's just really simple, almost like childlike, almost like Babadook, if you've seen the Babadook.
No, I haven't.
That was but that was like independent. But just like the ones where the designs are really, really simple.
Yeah.
Because in the Annabelle Conjuring movies, they made her look like she's a very sophisticated, right? Well put together,
almost like a Victorian-esque, like you kind of get that vibe.
Yes, yes, detailed.
Yes.
And what I like about the Raggedy Ann is one of the things I really like is that it's so simple.
It is. It's so simple.
It's so simple. It's terrifying.
Think that there's a demon attached to it, which is crazy. And I read how they like took care of her because like I've been obsessed with the Warrens for a very, very long time.
Oh, have you?
Oh my gosh,
no
yes.
kidding.
I've read
Is it because of the
much.
Pennsylvania connection?
Maybe. I just remember my dad telling me about the Warrens
Wow.
before the first movie came out. He was like,
really?
he was like telling me he's a history buff. Like he knows all this crazy like things about history.
Cool.
So he would tell me about it, and I'm like, oh my God, like this is fascinating. And when I'm on something, like I'm on something.
Same.
Like I hyperfixate.
Same.
So I started like looking stuff up, and I was like reading about how they like move her. And, they bless her, and they only move like before, like years and years ago. I think when Lorraine was alive, they would only move her to clean. Like that was it. And now that she's dead, like we're taking her on a world tour. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Is this her first world tour?
I think it is her first world tour.
Probably her last.
It's probably going to be her last.
Yeah.
And my stepmom was saying
Just
something
so crazy.
So weird that like, I guess like the 911 system in Pennsylvania like went down the same day that she was like present. You can't tell me that's a coincidence.
No, I know. And also, because I was just thinking this along the same lines, just the strange, unexplained cause of death.
Mm-hmm. I want to know what the cause of death was.
There's literally no answer.
Have they haven't said anything
Well,
yet?
I haven't looked, but when it first broke, they didn't have, they just said,
I need to know.
He died. They don't know how. They don't know who he, like, I don't think anyone witnessed it. I think he was like on his own.
Crazy.
In like a hotel room or something, and then dead. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's insane.
It's insane. It's insane, and it's just another one of these like breadcrumbs that shows that there's really stuff out there. I mean, we can rationalize it all that we like, but I just think that we will see those all the time.
Yeah.
If we're open to it.
Yeah. I think if you are open to it, it can definitely happen for sure. I'm not open to it.
Right.
Please do not.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I have an interaction with something, like I am not going to be well. Like as much as I want it, like I kind of don't want it.
No, I know. Same.
At the same time.
Same.
So I don't know if have you been to Zach Bagans' museum?
No, I haven't.
Oh God, you gotta go.
I would like to go.
You gotta go.
I would really like to go.
You gotta do it.
I haven't been to Vegas for a long time.
Oh.
It's a problem.
It's a staple. You gotta go.
And I know because they have like a piece of the yacht that Natalie Wood died off. like the steering wheel or something.
They have so much cool shit.
Yeah, no, I really need to go.
I was standing in the same room as Richard Ramirez.
Really?
Yes. He has his ashes. Like,
He
this
has Richard
man
Ramirez's
just collects.
ashes?
Mm-hmm. They have his urn. Supposedly, one of his family members, I don't know if it was his aunt, I'm probably butchering this story, but I know it was one of his family members had his remains, and a lot of weird stuff started happening in her home. And like, I think the urn may have like moved around.
Wow.
And then like she sent it to him and was just like, here you go. Because that's also something I've learned in my extensive research as of, a few Googles and a TikTok or two, that you have to gift something that's haunted. Like, you have to gift it to somebody and they have to accept it.
Oh.
You can't bury it. You can't burn it. You can't throw it away. It'll find its way back to you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's a little bit like the rule about vampires needing to be invited inside.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you had anyone be like, listen, you got to invite me in your funeral limousine before I can get in?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, that's a good sign.
Yeah, it's a good sign.
That's good.
Yeah. But they would probably, if they were vampires, they'd probably be more interested in the hearse.
That's,
in all fairness.
That's you're probably
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So,
no, I was
did
just
you have a
thinking, I was
vampire
just thinking that
experience
through.
that was
I was
coming
just
up?
thinking that through. I was just thinking, like, I mean, I don't know that there would be much blood because they've been embalmed, but I think, I
Right.
feel like, the smell would lead much more to a hearse than a funeral limousine.
Right.
Funeral limousine's just more like energy,
Right.
Right.
It's just a luxury death mobile.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, have you had any like creepy interactions on the tours? Like, what's a memorable one that you would love to share with us?
Let's see. Creepy interactions. That's a great question. I don't think that I have, but if I have, I wouldn't have picked up on them.
Okay.
Because I just like, I think I'm very oblivious to spiritual stuff, even if it's all around me. But I have had, I've had a bunch of people, or we've had a bunch of people that have come on the tours and talked about their direct relationship to the Manson murders. And essentially how for so many, I think mostly boomers,
Okay.
those events were pretty much like the formative turning point in their lives. And like their whole lives were seen through the prism of being before Manson or after Manson.
That's so weird.
It's crazy. It's
so
crazy
bizarre.
but it's very helpful for me because I don't have like a instinctive interest in Manson. I'm not like disinterested in it, but like,
yeah,
I'll take the Black Dahlia any day. And
is that your favorite one? Is
yes,
that the one you're most interested in?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm just perennially obsessed with that. But when I talk to people like the guy that told me, and he said it with so much emotion and so much sincerity about how his whole childhood was defined after Manson happened by those murders, and the news was consumed by them, and his whole world changed. I begin to appreciate much more why that series of murders is so consequential to people.
Yeah.
And I wasn't alive at the time, but it's one thing to like theoretically think about, oh, well, like the social fabric of America changed. That was a historic turning point in, the socioeconomic hippie movement, blah, blah, blah. But when you talk to somebody who has a firsthand account and just tells you like on an emotional level and a sincere level why it was so important to him, then it really does. It teaches me. And that's the thing is I learn every time I go on these tours. I always learn from the mourners. And that was like a real big lesson that I learned about the Manson murders.
It makes a lot of sense though, because if you were alive during that time, that would be a huge turning point in history. It would be very impactful. I'm sure it was constantly on the media. How could it not be?
It was.
And any interviews I've seen with Manson, like I've seen a lot of like interviews with different serial killers. I don't get the same eeriness that I do when I watch Charles Manson speak.
No, same. Him and Richard Ramirez, I think.
Yeah.
are just, there's something super diabolical about both of them. And I don't know, like, how much of that gets into the like psychopath versus psychotic.
Right.
But I think because when you talk to, like, when you're watching people talk to someone like Ted Bundy or John Wayne Gacy or Jeffrey Dahmer, there's always like a veneer.
There's a veneer and there's almost like a charm.
Well, for sure
Yeah.
with Bundy.
Oh, 1000%.
You know,
with Bundy.
and you know that Dahmer could turn it on and off. Or with OJ. But with Manson and Ramirez, it was like you could see them for who they were.
Right.
And who they were was so awful that I think it just doesn't compute.
There's just a darkness there. Like, you can just tell that there is a present darkness with the two of them.
Yeah,
it's very
I wouldn't
apparent.
want Richard Ramirez's ashes anywhere near me.
No,
you know what I mean?
I didn't realize
really
it was
wouldn't.
beside me. I was like, oh, okay. Well, we're gonna leave the room.
Yeah, or I mean, it's fine to walk past them, but I mean, like, to like house them. Like,
oh gosh, no.
I could see creepy stuff, and same with Manson. You know, like, he had that effect in life too. By the way, that in this like convoluted web of just actors and singers and victims and everybody that was like degrees connected to Manson, no one came out unscathed for life. Every single person was broken.
Chills, yeah.
Yeah, they're broken. I mean, and that is, I think it's energetic. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't necessarily do anything to any of them, but I just think it was just from having to encounter that kind of a spirit.
Right. Having that impression on somebody.
Yeah.
Because you can pick up on somebody's energy. And, you know, I've heard that, you know, obviously he drew people in.
Oh, big time.
So
he was so seductive. And the weird thing is, like, every woman in the family was in love with him.
I mean, I don't know.
No,
I don't know why.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's so weird.
It is. It's like a bizarre thing.
He was so manipulative, and he had this way of controlling people using, I mean, I think he was very schooled in brainwashing techniques and very, very, very dedicated to it, because it was not something that he instinctively had. It was a skill that he really honed.
As I was literally just thinking, like,
he really did.
Skill that he learned.
And he learned, and he taught himself. Like, in prison, he studied all the religions. He found that he was really interested in a lot of aspects of Scientology because of the mind control techniques. He read the Bible. That's how he got a lot of the crazy terminology that you see from the murders and afterwards about the bottomless pit. And Helter Skelter, basically equating the race wars with the apocalypse or the rapture. And he even read, like, he was very studied on Dale Carnegie, who was that guy that wrote How to Win Friends and Influence People. And had these Carnegie Institutes all over America. And so Manson put it all together into a patchwork, and he used it as a really powerful weapon.
So dangerous.
It's really dangerous. Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, that is the fascination, right, with Manson.
Oh, 1000%.
Everybody wants to know, like, how does person A get person B to go kill person C? You know, nobody can explain it.
I mean, listen, we've all seen him. He's not charming anybody with his looks.
No. Right. And I also think that the other side of the equation is that the people that he recruited were specifically chosen because they were vulnerable, and he saw that he could plant the seeds in them. I don't think that you or I could have just gone and joined the family and would have gone along with it.
Right.
You know, I think that he was looking for people that, first of all, to join any cult, you really have to be broken. You have to have a broken life. And I think that he looked for people that he could prey on from a power standpoint, that either were like physically weak or emotionally weak or financially weak, you know, but just to draw them in so that he would have that in.
You know what's crazy to me is, like, how many shows there are now of cults. How many cults there are. Like, I just don't think I had a realization of how many cults there truly are and how people get associated. And, you know, they think that they're part of like a church group or something. And then it just slowly morphs into something like more.
Well, I have a theory about that.
I would love to hear it.
It's very simple, stupid, but I feel that every decade broadly has its own zeitgeist horror monster.
Is it a labooboo now?
I feel like I should know what that is.
You don't know what a labooboo is?
But I remember I told you I don't know anything.
Oh my god.
Yeah, remember? I wasn't lying. I don't know
that
anything.
Was a really good joke that you did not like. So that fell. But that's okay.
No, but that's my fault.
I have to show you a labooboo.
I feel that I've seen one. I just don't remember
one.
what it is. I feel like I saw one yesterday or something.
Do you know what a Furby?
If
you say no.
Vaguely.
Stop. It's kind of like, I think it's like the newer version of like a Furby.
Yes, I know what a labooboo is because there's a labooboo machine right outside our meeting point.
Stop.
Yeah, there is. And sometimes people get so caught up with the machine that like the tour will start to leave.
That would be me. When I come on the tour, I cannot. People do. I can't look at the labooboo. Gotta wait till the end.
Wait, okay, so I see what you're saying. I mean, it could be. I don't know what it is in 2020s. I was gonna say that I feel like in 2010 to 2020-ish,
okay,
the zeitgeist monster was zombies and cults.
Yeah,
and I feel that I always feel it's a mirror of what society is going through. Mm-hmm. Like socially and politically.
Right.
And so like, you know, in the like late 90s, early 2000s, there was a huge vampire craze.
There was.
Twilight.
The Vampire Diaries is my favorite show.
Vampire Diaries.
Oh, my favorite.
I've heard it's really good.
Have you not seen it?
I know. I told you I don't know anything. You think I'm joking. I don't know anything. I haven't seen anything.
Do you own a cell phone?
Barely. I had to communicate with you. That was the only reason I own one.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's all coming together for me.
Yeah.
Are you actually a ghost?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's possible.
Oh my God.
It's possible.
I'll finish this podcast and Larry will be like, there's no Graveline tours.
Right.
It doesn't exist.
Who are you talking to?
Like what?
Right.
Huh?
Right.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, I think the 2020s, it might be a labooboos.
It actually really could. It really
just seems like it's taken off all of a sudden.
It has.
It's
like crazy.
Thing.
Yeah, like crazy. Right. So there could be like a new archetype in the monster zeitgeist.
Yeah.
For sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, I do feel like with the cult stuff, like that these streaming services or whatever have just seen this opportunity. Mm-hmm. That there's a massive amount of interest. So they're like digging through all the different cults. It's just amazing how much media drives like people or society, but also society drives media. Like I can never figure out which it is, you know?
It is hard to like figure out where it's truly coming from.
Yeah.
Because the media fuels so much.
Yeah.
But are we feeding into that?
Right.
You know? Or is it feeding into us?
Right. Right. And I feel that a lot of the times people don't even stop to question it. They just keep doing what they think is going to be profitable. Mm-hmm. Or on our side, what we think is going to be the next big thing. I mean, because I do pick up on the changes in people's interests in various stops when a new Netflix show will come out, you know? And I have this thing that I like to say to like the drivers, which is like, you know, well, I understand like the fascination with the Menendez brothers and their house, but why only after monsters? You know, like, I mean, why weren't you always fascinated with the case?
Right.
It's a fascinating case. Like it's the Menendez case for a reason.
Right.
But it just seems that when people see it on Netflix, then it goes to the number one of their Google ranking.
Well, it's Netflix, and then people make TikToks and Reels, and you know, it's all over social media then because people are diving into it.
Right. It's a whole ecosystem.
It really is.
It's so bizarre.
What's your favorite case? Like, what's the case that just like you think about a lot, that you research a lot?
Black Dahlia.
Black Dahlia?
Yeah.
What about it fascinates you so much?
I mean, I wish I could explain it. I've thought about it a ton, and I really don't know what it is. I think that it's LA.
Yeah.
That it's LA from a very beautiful time and a very romantic time. I don't mean like love romantic. I mean like it was like the roaring 40s and there was a mafia presence and Hollywood was like Hollywood.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. I mean, if you go to Hollywood Boulevard now, like you would never believe what it looked like in the 1940s.
Listen, I wasn't really because I'm not from here.
No, I'm with you.
The Walk of Fame I was like, I cannot wait to see it. I am so excited. It's the
I'm
one
so
place I have
sorry.
to go. And then I saw it. And it's just I don't know. It didn't have the magic. I guess
No,
it
it
was
doesn't.
hoping
It
that it would
doesn't.
have.
It's really disappointing. And the thing is that even in the 90s and 80s, like it was never the way that Hollywood was when they used to do radio and TV in the city.
Yeah.
But there was still this kind of like roundabout charm because it was seen as something that was containing a puzzle piece to that era.
Yeah.
But now that seems to have been voided because there's just almost like no humanity in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's and I lived there for 12 years and I actually had to leave because it became so awful to live. And so it does a really huge disservice to all the culture and the history that is associated with it.
It does. Because like when you're not from here and you are you from Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is your hometown.
Yeah.
So you want to live in Hollywood. That's
I
like the
know.
dream. You want to be close to Hollywood, close to Los Angeles, and it's beautiful.
No, but even though I'm from here, since I'm from here, actually, my parents never like took me like to the tour spot. So I remember when I was 12, I had a friend visit from the East Coast because I was in the East Coast when I was really young. And he and his family took me to see all those things. Like
Stop it.
The Grauman's Chinese Theater, or whatever it's called now. And the Walk of Fame and the original Wax Museum, like not Madame Tussauds, but like the weird kitschy kind of like awkward one.
Yeah.
And I was in heaven.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was like what I was saying is like we knew that it wasn't the same as Hollywood, like where like you would have premieres and the Oscars at the Pantages, but it was something that really like it contained the history, and it was it had a really strong identity. And now I just feel that it's it's like this weird inside joke that I have with myself. But, one time we had someone come on a tour that is from Orange County, and she came up and we were driving around and we were like in the Hollywood section of the tour. And she's like, why would anyone ever come to Hollywood? What? And I was like, I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, I think because they get tricked. Because people still come, but it's just such a far cry from, and I mean, I really shouldn't be saying this on a podcast, but it's just such a far cry from what it used to be. And it's really depressing over there.
Yeah.
It's really depressing. I mean, I guess it's good if you want to like learn about the seedy stuff and some murders.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's really good. But
that's what you're in the business of.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. But it's not great for any other reason. I think, like to walk around. Yeah.
I wouldn't suggest it. I mean, you got to see it. You got to see it for sure. Like if you haven't seen it, definitely see it. And then like you're probably all right.
Yeah, you got to see it just to satisfy that curiosity and to know what it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially. Yeah. No, I agree.
So do you get a lot of tourists or do you get a lot of locals or do you get a good mix?
I would say it's 50-50.
Okay.
It's a surprising amount of locals, actually.
That's really cool.
That said, Danii, it's much harder market to penetrate the international, obviously, because it's bigger. A lot of people that come to Hollywood for tours from out of town don't necessarily first thing look for ghost tours. Like they'll look for like a celebrity tour or just a tour of the city. So it's harder for them to find us or less direct. So, so for that reason, it's about 50-50.
Okay. Have you done any like ghost hunting at all on any of the tours that you've done?
We don't do it on our tours, but I've been on a tour that has done it. By like a associate company. In Chinatown. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I was just having this conversation today with my friend who she's like she's an influencer, and she actually she's our new driver also, and she is very interested in spooky, paranormal, haunted stuff.
Yeah.
And
same girl.
Yeah, totally. I mean, but she and I were just talking about how difficult and tricky it is when you're talking about paranormal, because it's so easy to either fake it or to feel like you're guessing or making stuff up.
Right.
And most people, the general consensus, I think, is that most people don't do paranormal in a way that is very interesting or gripping.
Yeah.
Because it's the kind of thing that if you don't have like an anchor, there's no way that you will ever be persuaded or compelled to be interested in it.
Yeah.
Like I could literally just tell you like, oh, like the ghost of Patty actually I just saw her just walk through the door and then she sniffed my fingers and then she walked back. Isn't that creepy?
Patty is the dog.
Right. And so, right.
Gotta let the people know.
No, I know, because otherwise, why is she sniffing my fingers?
Right.
But basically, I feel like there's a certain amount of arbitrariness that you don't get with true crime because true crime is based in real events. And paranormal always allegedly is, but it's just a kind of thing like, well, how are you going to prove that?
Right. And if you don't experience it, you're not going to maybe necessarily believe it as much.
Yeah.
I've done the ghost hunting before. I'd love to do it
Yeah, what
here.
do you think about it?
I think it's fun, but I think you can interpret it how you want.
Sure. Where did you do it in Pennsylvania?
I did it in Pennsylvania.
Where?
So I was with Poor Man's Podcast, and we went with a ghost hunting group that I'm so sorry I don't remember the name. We will include it. I'm so sorry. Great group of guys, though. They're very, very into it, and they do it like late at night. And we did it in like this haunted like barber shop, and it was really cool.
Right.
And like I do feel like if someone is in tune with the other side, there was a psychic there as well. Which
nice. Helps.
Which definitely helps.
It helps a lot.
You need to have somebody there that has that.
It's almost like having a translator.
Yes. And it was cool. Like I'd never done it before. I didn't know what to expect. I do think you can kind of interpret it how you want to, as far as like what's happening and what's not happening. But
Yeah.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with all of that. And I would say that if you're talking about someone like Zach Baggins, I feel like he would be, and again, I haven't seen anything, so I've never seen those shows. But
you've never seen Zach Baggins
I think I've seen clips. Yeah. Okay. I've seen like a few clips, but all I know is that because he's been so successful, he does paranormal in a way that resonates with people and that is convincing to people. And I think that would be an example of something that would be successful.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I just think, and it was kind of what I was talking to you about at the beginning of the podcast. There's now so many people in the space, and it's really an area that's ripe for fraud and has been for all of history.
Oh my gosh, especially with like psychics, and you'll see about cases where there's like missing children or missing adults, and they bring psychics in, and they're not giving valid information to families that are, just desperately want to find their loved ones, which I can't even imagine. Like that's awful.
No, it's awful, and to exploit that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, really, for as old as ghosts, that there's also always been mediums that are fraudulent. Yeah. And so I think, today you have this whole sea of influencers instead of mediums that are like, I'm going to go ghost hunting for clicks.
Yeah.
And then they'll just be like, oh my gosh, did you just see what happened? Like, did you feel that? And it just doesn't really do anything.
No.
Yeah.
No. Also, I'm not going to do that because like I said, like I want it, but like I also don't want it at the same time.
Yeah. No, I know.
No, thank you. But yes, it's a conflicted thing. Like I want it, but like I also don't want it.
And also I think ghosts are a little bit more generalized than like satanic dolls or ashes, because I do believe that ghosts can also be benevolent or in a temporary state. But so I don't know that it's as risky.
Right.
As like going to visit the Annabelle doll, where it's just like probably not a good ghost.
It's probably not like a great like thing to do.
Right.
Have you heard of Robert the doll that's in Key West?
No.
So I didn't know anything about this until my friend Nikki had told me about it.
Okay.
Her and her
Thanks,
husband.
Nikki.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nikki.
Yeah.
She desperately wanted to go see this doll and like was asking all the locals about it, and they're like, don't do it. Do not do it. Like, absolutely not. And it like to the point where her husband was like, please stop asking people about this doll. And she didn't end up going to see it. But it's crazy. If you look up pictures, there's like all these like letters and different things from people that went to see him, took a photo of him without permission, and then bad things had happened in their lives. So then they came back and like apologized to this doll. I think there's some legitimacy behind it for sure.
So is Robert Annabelle's stepbrother?
I think they look like they could be related.
Raggedy Andy.
Raggedy Andy.
Huh.
Uh-huh.
Because
Really.
I vaguely remember from the Conjuring movies that there are related dolls for Annabelle or friends.
I think so. I know they had like a room full of like a bunch of like items that they collected like over the years. Right. And when you do go to the Zach Baggins Museum, he has a whole room dedicated to dolls. Wow. It's really great.
That sounds amazing.
And by great, not great.
Yeah, and creepy.
Yeah. There's too many eyes.
Yeah.
Too many eyes at one time.
Yeah, that is a really nice way to put it, actually.
It's very unsettling.
Yeah, yeah. But I still think I would love to go to that museum.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So speaking of unsettling, Dammit moment.
Dammit moment.
Share your Dammit moment with us.
Dammit Danii. I had one that's just very salient.
Okay.
And it's not as like interesting as it could be, probably.
Okay.
It's really Dammit. It's just like it was a crappy moment. So basically,
all right. We're a fan of those here.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Fair
and it is really funny. I'll just get to it. So basically, I went on vacation I went out of the country. I went to London, and I left the tours with our driver, Blaze. And
what a name to give the tours, by the way.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah. So she, so basically it's always like a little bit tenuous when you have a small business because, it's always all hands on deck.
Yeah.
Even if like all the responsibilities are taken care of, like things always fall through the cracks if it's a really small company.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are you trying to go on vacation, Adam? Anyway, so I get to the airport and I turn my phone on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have like 3 voice messages from Blaze.
Stop.
And I listen to them, and she's calling to let me know that she's trapped inside one of the limos in the garage. She can't get out.
Stop.
She can't get out. The windows won't go down and the locks won't open.
How did that happen? Is it because
it was an electrical failure? It was an electrical failure. And that's one reason they stopped making that system of cars, because there was this glitch where it's possible to get children locked inside the cars.
Who is your car guru? What was his name again?
Ronnie Grubbs.
Ronnie.
I know. But he could have told me. I mean, I'm sure he knows this. And he still would have said that I should get those cars. But
it's the transmission.
It's the transmission. So she and the air conditioning. So yeah. She finally
what did she do?
She didn't have the number for I don't think she had the number for AAA. I don't think she could reach AAA. I'm not sure why that happened, but basically what ended up happening was that she waved down a security guard. So there's security guards that circle the garage where we keep the cars.
Okay.
But like I think it took like 3 times for them to pass before they noticed her like waving and banging on the windows, because they don't really like look around. Like they just kind of pass on autopilot, you know.
This is like a Goosebumps book.
It was so stressful, and I felt
she just might die.
I felt so awful. Like I felt just horrible. And she ended up being in there for 2 hours. Finally, they called AAA. AAA came and they like broke into the car and they got her out. But that was after 2 hours, and I was like on my flight to London when it happened.
Stop.
Terrible.
That's so scary.
I know. It was mortifying, and it was like just like not a good way to start a vacation, and kind of like a good reminder that like I probably shouldn't be going on vacation. You know,
you should probably never go on vacation again. You know, maybe not, the media presence or the PR that you want.
Right.
I mean, it could be another tour. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
I
know.
But maybe just don't ever do anything fun.
No, I know. I'm learning that lesson.
Yeah.
Little by little.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was my Dammit moment.
I think that's a
But
very
but like I said, like there's many Dammit moments. Yeah, probably endless. Like I feel like that job is just a string of Dammit moments.
I feel like you need to come visit us in like a year after you get some more mourners, because I'm sure you're gonna have some more stories to share.
I'm sure I will.
I don't know how you would be in that business and not have stories
No,
to share.
it's literally impossible.
Like it just
It's
has
the
to,
weirdest job in the world.
It is, and I love it.
Yeah. No, I love it too.
So lastly, what made you decide to get into this? Because I don't know if we ever got into the root of that at the beginning of the episode.
No. It was a fluke. It was like a complete fluke. I wasn't looking to. I had a job. So essentially I found out that like I had referred to, that the company before me, that was doing it in the vans for 15 years, they were called Dearly Departed Tours, went out of business. I just went to their website to check, I think, tour times, or I was looking for a friend who was visiting from out of town, and their website said it was right when lockdowns began, and they said we couldn't make it. Like, thank you for 14 great years.
Oh.
And I was just so crestfallen, because it just goes back to like my childhood, my love of Graveline. And also I just feel like this city has such a strong and important true crime identity that just died. Like, no pun intended. And
LOL.
So I LMAO. So I walked into the next room. I just had to go to the bathroom, and like right as I did that, I was like, oh no. I was like, no, I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna do it.
I love it.
It was, but so stupid, because I thought, A, it's not gonna be a lot of work, and B, it's gonna take off very easily and very quickly. Couldn't be more wrong about both.
Yep.
Could not possibly have been more wrong. But I think, on the other hand, if I didn't know, if I knew those things, I maybe would not have started it.
Sometimes you just got to go in blind.
Yeah.
You just got to go in.
Well, I clearly did.
That's the best way to do it. And here we are.
How
many years has it been?
2.5 now.
2.5 years?
2.5. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought it back. There's
Thank
so
you.
much rich true crime history in Los Angeles.
No, you've got to come. I would love to have you on our tour.
1000%.
Yeah, so you can experience it.
Oh,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. You'll love it.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
And I really want to hear what you think. And
Okay.
I want to hear your responses and reactions to all of the different tours.
I'm so excited. I'm going to do them all.
Okay. Sounds great.
I'm just going to span it out over the next few months.
Go
We're going to do one of each.
Go. You know what? Sometimes it happens. Our really intense mourners do that.
I love it. Do you have VIPs, VIP mourners?
We do. Well, we have our VIP mourners are the ones that are returning mourners, and we are sort of in talks about trying to come up with like a door prize or some sort of like a certificate for people that complete all 5 tours.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I just have to figure out what it should be.
You got to do something.
It's a big deal.
It is.
Yeah.
There's got to be.
Well, especially if they go on Gangster's Paradise.
That's the one we need to get people on, is the Gangster's Paradise.
Totally.
Book the
I
Gangster's
need to get
Paradise.
people on that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, either that or scrap the tour. One or the other.
Or they just pick something else. You're like, actually, we're doing Gangster's Paradise. Sorry. Forget about OJ's house.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I think you should just do it.
They'll like that tour much more.
You heard it here first, guys.
We should just like seg all of the Manson mourners onto Gangster's Paradise. That will.
I think it's very much parallels.
That's a very good idea.
I think you should do it.
Yeah, no, I think I should too.
Any events coming up? Handles you want to shout out?
No events coming up. We've just launched Eric Lyle and OJ Westside Gory.
Okay, very cool.
So that is exciting, and it is now riding on Mondays and Sundays at 10:30 a.m. And then just follow us on all the things. Our handle everywhere is Graveline Tours.
Okay.
And on TikTok, it's Graveline Tours RIP.
All right. That makes sense.
Yeah. Because I think I got the first Graveline Tours account shut down.
How?
I think I posted something about Manson or Richard Ramirez.
Ooh, that'll do it.
And they censored me forever.
That'll send you to TikTok jail.
I know why it happened.
Why?
I posted Shelley Duvall, a clip of Shelley Duvall, which was a screen grab from another YouTube video.
Oh.
And TikTok's algorithm decided I was a plagiarist. Even though on the edit I put the name of the company that I was.
You gave the credit where credit was due.
Yeah, but TikTok didn't care.
TikTok jail.
Yeah, so now I'm RIP. Graveline Tour's RIP.
So that was his fault.
Yeah.
That was your doing.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Exactly. It usually is. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Adam, for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing your Dammit moment. It was so great. Do the Graveline tours. Check it out, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, that was so fun.